everybody, TheZenWitch here with another unboxing. Are you sick of them yet? I hope not. I sure hope not. I am glad to be here with you every day. This is really firing me through every day, is doing these decks, because I can't wait to get to all of them. Notice below that there is a link to my Amazon wish list. If you would like to have me review a deck and would like to buy that deck for me, please feel free to. I will shout you out. I will give you a reading in the video. Okay? Thanks. Now let's get to it. What is... Today, in alphabetical order, and I want to say that I kind of lied. Oh, Bashtet, come up front here. I sort of lied because I said I was going to go straight through in alphabetical order, but I'm not doing it strictly because I still want there to be a tarot deck on Monday and an oracle deck on Friday, and stick to that format. Everything in between is going to be, catch as catch can. And also, there might be some decks that I just can't wait. I just can't wait, and they'll jump the line, and that's not under your control. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. But we are still in the A's as of this point, and I think, let me see here, how soon we'll be getting out of the A's. Yes, this is the list, folks. This is the list of all the oracle and tarot decks and divination things. I'm starting to go through this list because I want to do a top 10 video of top 10 oracle, top 10 tarot. And is it ever hard? I mean, the first 5 are great. Bang, 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 bang. And then it's like, what about this? So here's a tip. If you need to figure out something like that, what is my ultimate something? Make a list of all the possibles. Then you compare the first to the second one and go, if I could only have one of these, which one would it be? And you do that down the list, and whatever's alive at the end is your top. So I'm not going to do that with this whole thing. But animal spirits, let's see. We've got 3 more to go. 3 more to go to get through the A's. I'm sure you really needed that piece of information. At any rate, Animal Spirits by Seddon-Boulet. Paintings by Seddon-Boulet. If you are pagan and you've been pagan for a while, I would have a hard time thinking that you've never seen her artwork. It is phenomenal. I have had many calendars of hers, and I still have the artwork from the calendars because it's just too beautiful not to save. I mean, look at that. The detail and subtlety is incredible. Animal Spirits. Pomegranate Communications. In Portland, Oregon. Go Portland. They're called Animal Spirits Knowledge Cards. To the ancients, all things in nature had sacred or spiritual meaning. The world was inhabited by the higher beings, who took the form of fantastical creatures that were part animal, part human, and exceedingly powerful. These beings are the spirit guides who lead the departed to the next life, heal the sick, and restore balance and harmony to a troubled world. The tribal healers knew the animal spirits well. They journeyed beyond the threshold of ordinary reality to invoke the power of these great beings. The 48 paintings by Susan Seddon-Boulet, American, born Brazil, 1941 to 1997 is when she passed, reproduced in this deck, resonate with an ethereal energy and speak in the language of the soul. Each image is accompanied by a brief description of the animal's power and symbolism in various cultures. Text, it says, E-Boulet, that's funny, Susan Seddon-Boulet, but the copyright here says E-Boulet. Text by John Nagiecki, Nagiecki, Nagiecki? I'm not sure about that. But I wonder, let's see what the copyright is on this. So she passed in 1997, and there is no booklet. And there is no, like, any kind of face card or anything else that has copyright information. I mean, we've got the publisher on the bottom, so it's not a bootleg. Printed in China, but it does not say the year. That's fascinating. I don't think I've ever seen one. And I'm looking here at all the numbers on the barcode to see if there's something that I might be able to figure out there, but I can't see anything. No copyright. That's it. So we have the paintings, and then we have explanations. So they're very shiny. Here we have insect. The symbology is feminine power, spirituality, and renewal. Ah, wait, at the bottom, Animal Spirits Knowledge Cards, the Susan Eleanor Boulet Trust, so that must be the E. Published by Pomegranate Communications, Inc., California, printed in Hong Kong. Still no copyright date. I'm fascinated by that. Does it really matter? I don't know. But this is insect. Try to ignore the blue on my camera. I guess if I tip them that way, it's a little bit better, but the focus will be worse. Oh well. I'm going to deal with what we got here. This is a tiger, which is primal power, creation, sexuality, perception. And as you see on the back of the card, there's the explanation is there, and then the information down here. Elephant. Let's get up close. This is different from her other images. It just seems to have a different vibe. Elephant is strength, prosperity, fertility, and wisdom. Then we have jaguar or leopard. That's leopard. I always forget how to tell them apart. It's the spots. One of them has like the spot in the middle with the thing around it. It might be jaguar. This is stealth, strength, and purity. And we have hawk, healing, vision, rebirth, and spirituality. And again, just her artwork is so exquisite. And when we get to, we'll see if we get to some of these images, she does these multi-images where there's all kinds of faces and things, and it just takes you a long time to look through and find them. Just an incredible artist. Obviously horse. Now you see a little bit of it there. But the ones I'm thinking about were darker images. Horse is friendship, wisdom, and strength. Is that moth or butterfly? It's butterfly. Transformation, joy, lightness, rebirth. Cougar. Puma. Mountain lion. Puma. Power, desire, healing. Stag. Deer. Instinctual energy, independence, regeneration. And we have, is it herons or crane? It's heron. Life, feminine energy, renewal. Froggy. Feminine energy, creation, fecundity. I've seen feminine energy here a few times. Wait a minute, just for shits and grins. Feminine power, primal power, fertility, strength, vision, rebirth, friendship, power, instinctual energy, feminine energy. Okay, so there was just two in a row, heron and frog, that said feminine energy. They were, the way it felt to me was, I've said this for every card. Wrong. Goat. It's a goat. Caprice, Capricorn, goat. Mischief, sexuality, and fertility. Look at that. Is that bear? Is that, I mean, there's wings. Is it thunderbird? Is it eagle? What do we got there? Totem, guardianship. Wow, that's awesome. There's bear. Okay, here we go. Look in there. Look at the images. There's an eagle in there. I see so many eyes. It looks like an owl. More birds coming up through, but look at the bear holding the rat. I mean, just gorgeous. Get these for the artwork, if nothing else. Actually, get bigger versions of her artwork if you can. If you can find calendars or anything, get them. It's suitable for framing. Fucking gorgeous. Bear is healing, divinity, and invulnerability. This is polar bear. Our poor polar bears. Power, wisdom, and peace. Wolf. Creation, healing, purification. So you see that just from the keywords, they're not like each a distinct vibe. There's words that are repeating over and over again. Fertility, creativity, power, different kinds of power. Purification, protection, healing, like these words are repeating over and over again. So I would say, you know what, let me back up to this bear one, or I'm going to set that one aside to read later. Let's continue with the images. But I want to read the long descriptions to see if there are mentions of the other creatures that are in there, and if it expounds on the keywords or if it's something like separate. Oh, looky, what a kitty. I want to boop that snoot. Cat, independence, magic, abundance. Abundance, really? Okay. We have okay, there's a bird. Oh, a peacock. Vision, wisdom, beauty, guardianship. Parrots. Look at that beautiful image. Oh my goodness, look at the parrots. Look at her face. Love, prophecy, verbosity, and mediation. Verbosity, I love it. So I love that these aren't just straight animal images. These are just drawn from her paintings and compiled. I wish there was a copyright date because I feel like this was like maybe a post-mortem thing, so that these images weren't created specifically as a deck, is what I'm thinking. Swan, transformation, loss of innocence, beauty. Sheep, that's a ram. That's a ram-headed god. Ram is sacrifice, growth, divine life. Ew, this has got to be jaguar. Jaguar or panther would be my guess. It's jaguar. Wholeness, divinity, rebirth, and I can't see enough of the spots to see what the difference is with that and leopard, but you can look it up. That's why Goddess gave us the Google. And this is owl. Oh, yeah. Look at the key. And it's like a hand instead of a claw. That's wow. Sexual energy, darkness, liberation. Crow, I'm guessing. Raven. Creation, magic, illumination. Yes, in so many cultures, Raven is the bringer of magic, the one that crosses the boundary between the mundane and the magical. Ah, there's the trickster. Coyote. Transformation, creation, cunning, good fortune. Okay, we've had a jaguar that was black. I'm assuming this is going to be panther. Yes. Magic, darkness, death. Good. Those are three different meanings. We got dog. Come on, pupper. Come on, pupper. Oh. Pupper. There he is. There's the pupper. And all the subtle little things in there too. Symbology is devotion, protection, service. Alright, I see a dude. And I see swans, which we've already had. And I see an owl, which we've already had. And I'm wondering, I don't know, birds? What's going on here? Birds! There we go. Soul, divinity, liberation, creativity, and rebirth. That beautiful image from the beginning. I remember an astrological calendar with her stuff on it, and yes. Lion is courage, strength, healing, protection, life energy. And we have, that is a kingfisher. Yes, it is. Peace, abundance, love. It's a fish. I don't know if it's a specific kind of fish. Nope, just fish, feminine energy, fertility, and abundance. So there's the same words again. You certainly wouldn't want to do a big reading with this deck because you'd get the same things over and over again, is what I'm feeling. And, you know, I just don't even care whether this is a great divinatory tool or not. I love having the artwork. Water, creation, emotions. And that really is the driving impetus when I'm collecting is, you know, the artwork in something. Is it a beautiful deck? Does it attract me? And the oddities, the oddballs. Those are the big ones too. Okay, this is, what is this? There's little babies in a shell. Oh, it's dolphins. Sometimes you can look too close up, huh? Dolphin is life, feminine energy, sexuality. Cow. Ooh, now we step into Egyptian. Look at this. Yes. Gorgeous. Cow. Fertility, purity, divinity. Condor, I'm guessing. Eagle. Really, the beaks look weird. Those don't look like eagle beaks. Eagle beaks are much more hooked. Power, creation, illumination, exploration. Perhaps those are just kinds of eagles I've not seen before. And something fell. Did I drop? Oh, bear, I knocked it off my elbow. Go over there. Dove. Sexuality, peace, divine inspiration. What do we got here? Is that like snake skin? Snake, yes. Transformation, healing, sexuality, rebirth. And who wouldn't know that? That's a crocodile. Okay, so opportunity, risk, fertility, life, and a money. A little monkey. A little monkey. Come on, they say there is no place for a little monkey in this town. There's a song. Come on now, give me that little monkey. I'm the king of bongo, baby. I'm the king of bongo bong. I think it's freaking out because there's a reflection of the camera itself. All right, I'm obsessed now. There we go. Payoff. Monkey is agility, courage, spirit. As a rabbit. So that's the little song I was singing. There was I think it's called World's Playground. I used to get these ass-kicking music CDs for my kids of world music that's real world music, not like made for kids, kind of, sort of, but not really, really great music. And that was King of the Bongo, or King of Bongo Bong. I wasn't sure what it was called. Can't really remember. Power, abundance, heroism for a rabbit, seasons, and cycle of life. That's a surprise. What do we got here? Magpie, crow. Oh, two-tone crow. Renewal, transformation, magic, and abundance. Here we have, we had a goat already. This is a bull. Oh, that's the bull. Renewal, fertility, growth. Caribou, right? Reindeer, caribou. It's caribou, cycle of life, rebirth, abundance. That is a scarab. There we go. Oh, worth getting up close, huh? Scarab beetle is regeneration, plain and simple. This one. Okay, there's a person in there, but it's like a cocoon. Looks like a cocoon. Spider. Okay, hold up. Where, I mean, I see the web, but I don't actually see the spider. Is that right? I don't know. Protection, aid, and wisdom. We got everything on there too. Wolves and deer and all kinds of stuff. Snake. Animal deities, divinity, guidance, wisdom. And there's a fox. I love foxes. Cunning, sexuality, creativity. And then the last one is seahorse. And that is strength, guidance, transformation, and feminine energy again. All right. Let's give it a little bit of a how's your father with a no. A little bit of a asperging with sensing, and then an asperging. May you be a true vehicle of wisdom and beauty and joy, and be a bridge between me and spirit to bring information. And I ask all angels and ancestors, guides and guardians to come in and aid me here. Let's give it a shuffle. By the way, while I'm shuffling, you can see I've got Bashtet is here, Maneki Neko, and this little Bashtet, and these tiny, look at these little Maneki Nekos. They're so little. Look. Come on, show. You bastard. You can do it. There we go. Aren't they precious? And I have a little thing over on my altar that says what the colors mean. I've got a green one and a red one. And then, I think I've shown you this before. My daughter used to make these little cats. Come on, show. I guess you can kind of see. The lighting's not the greatest, but it's a little cat. And then this in particular, this is the bat ring that my beanie boy, my last black cat, and he was a beast. Oh my God, he was something else. He was round and firm and fully packed, and he was not fat. He was just a fucking bruiser. His dad was a Maine Coon, and his mom was this little tiny black cat, and he was beefo-getty. And this is one of the bat rings that he loved so much, and he would get this in his mouth, and he was just he was so possessive of his bat ring. So that sits on my altar. And I have a lot of feathers over here too. There's a downy woodpecker, that's a hairy woodpecker, that's a blue jay, one of last year's monarchs, because I found it before this year's monarchs were hatching, or were, coming out of their cocoons. So that fell off of somebody's car from last year. It's all dried out. And a chicken feather and some other unidentified bird feathers, probably, I don't know, a mourning dove maybe. Yep, just some of my critter bits. And there's another blue jay feather, and this is whiskers, claws and whiskers and fur. Oh my. All right, let's give it a go. I was telling my son that I'm thinking about making a video of nothing but shuffling, just like as an ASMR. Yeah. You want to hear it? I don't know if I can. Hee hee hee. What would you listen to? An hour of that? At any rate, I would like to ask of these spirit animals, and yes, inviting in all the totems and spirit animals, animals in spirit, pets in spirit, the animals that we connect with, to please give me a message for my viewers about what we need to know right now. What is the most important thing we need to know for our health and our well-being for our highest good, for moving this world forward and lifting it up. All right. Now we're going to do 3 cut shuffles and then 3. And this is a weird deck in that you can, if you're trying to be surprised, you got to look away because there is no back side. The front side has the image and the back side has the name. So you're going to see what it is no matter what. But we're doing 3 off the top here. And we have, what was this one? Birds, deer, and horse. And first of all, I want to say deer and horse are 2 of my biggies. And birds are 2. So thank you for coming off with some of my nearest and dearest. Birds are like my oldest one. I have such a thing for birds. All right, let's see what the writing on the back has to say now. So the key words for this were soul, divinity, liberation, creativity, and rebirth. And it says winged creatures are powerful symbols in many cultures around the globe, often representing deities or other supernatural beings. Through flight, birds symbolize liberation and link the upper spiritual and lower earthly worlds. The Egyptian gods originated as birds, retaining part of their original anatomy as they evolved into humans. The Egyptian soul is represented as a bird with a human head, the Ba or the Ka, can't remember which one. In Hindu cosmology, birds represent higher levels of being. In the painting, a multitude of birds, including the snowy owl, swan, dove, heron, and pelican, are woven into the hair of an aged man, denoting wisdom and the connection between the earthly and spiritual realms. So I'm going to take that idea of connection between earth and spirit, and they delineate that down here, but they'd say soul, divinity, liberation, creativity, and rebirth. And I'd like to remember that just that connection between the lower and the upper. And the other way too, that Egyptian gods started as birds and then morphed into humans. All right, so we start with the connection between us and spirit. That's number 1. Second is deer, instinctual energy, independence, and regeneration. Graceful, swift, and elusive, the deer has symbolized the powers in nature that are not easily subdued. The deer's antlers, which are shed and regrown each year, are specifically associated with regeneration and renewal. That makes a lot of sense. A swift deer with golden antlers was sacred to the Greek goddess Artemis, whose realm was the wilderness and instinctual, untamed things. A deer is also a symbol that summons individuals to a calling or journey. It has frequently appeared in legends and myths as a creature which lures a hunter or knight into the wilderness. In the legend of King Arthur, a deer leads Sir Gawain into the wood to begin his adventures. Let's see. So instinctual energy, regeneration, particularly, and the idea of that, swift and quiet. When you watch deer take it off, and I mean, they've got those delicate, skinny legs, and you don't understand how they can even hold them up, and then they just, bound. I've seen deer just go whoo, like floating over a fence. So we've got the connection with spirit, and then we've got to be in touch with our instinctual energy and regenerate, shed the antlers, get rid of the old, regenerate, and the calling to an adventure or a journey. So allowing yourself to be called forward into your destiny, into what your journey is. And then horse, friendship, wisdom, strength. The horse is a kind, intelligent beast that has frequently been associated with propitious events. In the Chinese zodiac, horse people are friendly, adventurous, and passionate. In Greek mythology, the winged horse Pegasus was the source of inspiration and poetry. Horses have also been associated with sexuality or fertility. In the Hindu Ramayana, the king Dasaratha asks the gods to grant him a son, and to please them, sets a magnificent horse free for 1 year. Upon the horse's return, Dasaratha receives word that he will have 4 sons, all of whom become the incarnation of the god Vishnu, the preserver of life on earth. The horse in the painting, entitled Age of the Avatar, recalls the magnificent horse of Ramayana. The Hindu word avatara, descent to earth, refers to Vishnu's ability to assume an earthly form. Okay, so friendly and passionate and, wisdom and strength and everything, but to me, Epona was the first form of the goddess that ever spontaneously showed up for me. So I see the horse as a form of the goddess, as the mare, the night mare, and the moon horse, and horse in other decks, I think in the medicine cards, horse stands for power. And I mean, think about it. What do we even today refer to the engines of cars in terms of horsepower? So a horse was something that could take you where you were going. That was power. Jump on a horse and go. It could do labor. It could pull things. Think of how much power a horse gave to a farm or a person or a family. It was, a lot of power and mobility. Not to mention a fertile garden. So we have the birds, and then the deer, and then the horse. So friendship, wisdom, and strength. Friendship, I think, comes into making sure that you are connected with the people that you care about, making sure that you're checking up on them if you can't be together. And I know a lot of people, and this is totally okay, are beginning to get together with friends, but doing it in a way where we're all wearing a mask, we're socially distancing in a very safe way. You can get together with your friends over Zoom. You can get together with your friends if you're following precautions and being safe. Just be safe. You know what it takes to keep you safe. But friendships are very important, and they're especially important now. So yeah, I think that's the message there. And again, I don't feel like these cards are strongly, a strong vehicle for divination. Maybe something, to pick a card a day, sit and look at the artwork, let yourself get lost in it, appreciate the channeling of spirit that the artwork is itself. And I'd say, maybe let your own meanings come up, because the meanings here seem to be repetitive. And obviously, like I said, the first thing here wasn't we're making an oracle deck and thinking about the writing of it. It was just, giving attributes to the pictures. It's absolutely beautiful. I am happy to have it in my collection because I like the variety of animal-based decks that I have, and I love her artwork, and that's the most important thing to me. So again, click the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Hit like if you, in fact, did like this video. I'm not asking you to lie for me, seriously. And check out my Amazon wish list. And if you're feeling generous, August isn't over. It's still my birth month. And then after my birth month is over, equinox is coming. Yeah. And then there's Samhain. Yeah. And then there's Thanksgiving and Yule. I'm begging. Buy me a deck. Anyway, you guys, stay safe. Keep yourselves healthy. Keep yourselves hydrated, active, hoping, generating hope. Say your prayers. Black Lives Matter. This shit has got to stop. And vote. Make sure you're registered. Check out all of the laws in your state about mail-in ballots, about visiting your BOE early to vote, about provisional ballots. Find out everything you can. Make your choice now, okay? Because it's a-coming, and I really need you to vote. I really, really, really do. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. I will see you tomorrow for another unboxing. Until then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.